Hey guys, Denis Kozhar here. In this video I will show you how to model this stool. First of all, we start with gathering reference and then we need to find the right drawings. So I extract this image from the file and now we can create plane with these sizes. So on the front view I will create a plane and here type in these sizes. Like this, then we can decrease length and width segments with the right click and then just drag and drop it here or assign as a material. Next we need to rescale it. We have the real dimensions of the stool, so I will create a box with these sizes 40 by 40 by 45 and from here I can move it to the 0 coordinates, then press Alt X and here press insert to change pivot point to make it here, again insert, and then I can snap it to the box. From here we can rescale it like this to get the real sizes, and from now we can move it slightly back. Start with a simple block out with primitives, so we get here a cylinder. I will get the reference in PureRef here, so we always see it, and start with the cylinder. Create something like this, then move it to the 0 coordinates, and from here I will change the radius to 16 centimeters, height with the 2 and 5 centimeters. Always when you create a model you will get some draft results before you get to the end, so it is a common practice to get not the ideal model from the beginning, and after you create such one you can create another one more carefully, more ideally. Next we can create these legs, so it is a simple box. I will create another one, raised up, and from here change the height to 45, length will be 4 and width will be 2 centimeters. Here I will also move to the 0 coordinates and move it here. And we have these holdings, so I can rotate it by 90 degrees like this as a copy and move it up, move it here, so it matches up maybe like this. Alright, and here change the position in this direction. I will freeze these objects so it doesn't disturbs me, and here I can more easily now select all the things. From here I can, for example, copy this one, change the width to 4 centimeters to make this part, and then I can move it like this. Alright, from here I will convert it to editable poly and change the height to something maybe like this or like that. It doesn't matter, just get it right. Now we can adjust the cylinder sides. We need 24 sides to, and I will increase cap segments so we can see, to match up with these proportions, and to create cuts I need even more, so I will create 48 and then I will decrease by deleting unneeded to 24 or similar segments count. Alright, next I need to adjust the angle, and we will just copy this by 120 degrees to create another two parts. So legs will be as an instant copy, and the real heart here is the upper seating part. I will add edit poly modifier, and from here I will delete this side. Then, so you get more understanding how it gonna work, we can, for example, take this, apply symmetry modifier by y-axis, so we get this section, then another symmetry, and here we need to affect pivot only, so I will press insert and change it with the align tool to this cylinder. Alright, again insert key, it's on above the delete key. Next I will use another symmetry modifier by Y axis and rotate it. Press 1 to change the symmetry gizmo and rotate it by 100 and here by 60 degree. Alright, then create another symmetry, y-axis, and again rotate it more by 120. So as you can see here, we get this nice triangle shape that we can use later. And keeping this in mind, I will delete this part of the cylinder. So now we have this side, and I don't want to model both of them, so I will split in half again. So we have 16 here, I will count 8 of them, and now I can delete these unneeded parts. So I get in the end only this section. Alright, next we need to cut in these elements, but before I will change the angle of the sitting and angle of the legs, so we get it here. Now if I will select the upper vertex, I will get this result. I don't want it, I want it from here. To change it like that, we can use working pivot. It is here. So when I again select all the vertex and press scale, I scale them from here. Now I can change the angle like this. So I will press Alt-K to get the idea of how strong will be the angle, and I will create similar to the reference, something maybe like this. Now from here we can adjust these legs. As you can see here on the reference, we get some kind of this idea. So I need to unfreeze, maybe later I will unfreeze the outer box. So here I will add edit poly, select this vertex, use working pivot, unclick and move it here so it matches with the box. Now I can unfreeze all and delete this reference box, I don't need it anymore. From here I can decide how much of this box will appear. So for example, we will cut it, so I need to look from this side and I will get something like this. Alright, and now I need to create this angle, so I will just take this vertex and move them here. You can also check it out from here, and maybe it is pretty enough. I can move it closer, maybe like this or less. Yes, something like that will be enough. And I can adjust this box so it's intersect. To do so, I will add here edit poly, select this vertex and move it slightly inner so we can cut it more precisely. Alright, now we get to this point, and from here I can make this cut. To do so, I will add additional geometry using, for example, connect. Select this, press connect, change the slide so it matches here. Alright, the same thing we can do on the bottom part. Here, adjust it like this. Alright, and from here we can move this vertex like that. I will adjust them here and here. Then this part and this. We can enable here move edge constraints, so we can move them along the edges. Maybe slightly adjust here to keep the circle shape. Alright, from here I can add Symmetry Modifier. And here I need to stop the angle. I will make it 7 and 5 degree. It's all mathematically founded, so I will here rotate it like that. Add another symmetry, press 1 key, rotate again, add another symmetry and press 1 and rotate again. Alright, now we get it here. From now I can see that because I made the changes here, it's slightly apart, so I doesn't care for now. We will create it again. The main thing that we get these elements done. So from here I will change it maybe again to 55 degrees. And now we can continue the modeling. So here I can delete these polygons, then I can select those edges and bridge them by pressing hotkey. Here again, bridge. Now we get this cutting, but if we will apply Turbo Smooth on the top, we will get something like this. Apparently this is not what we want, so we want more hard edges here. And here you need to understand that the shape needs to repeat the flow needs to repeat the shape. So as you move in your hand here like that, the polygons also need to go like this, not just in this direction. So we will create here chamfer, quad chamfer, edge tension 0, less amount of chamfer, maybe like this. Alright, apply. From here I can using cut make these support edges. The same thing on the bottom, like that. Make them here, select those edges on top and on the bottom. Press Ctrl Backspace to delete them. Sorry, these edges that makes this triangle, Ctrl Backspace. And from now we need to connect this vertex here to disable this N-gun, and we need to connect it somewhere. Make it here will be too far as for me, so we can create additional connection by selecting those edges, maybe those, then connect them, disable and move maybe like this. You see what they doing, so we can uncheck this, move slightly like that, and redo this connection to the bottom part like that. Alright, so now we can with the cut connect them like this, here and here, and we get this nice edge flow like that. Next we can add hardness here, so I will just connect this vertex using Swift loop, set it up on the hotkey. I will create connection here and another one on the edge here. So I get these hard edges. And here we create the most hard part of this model. Then we need just to complete another, but here we can slightly optimize it. So what I decide to do, select these middle segments because we don't need them anymore. We can press Ctrl Backspace to delete them. Now it helps us to keep the shape. When we create in 48 and when we decrease it, we decrease the poly size to something like this. You can see polys before and now it's drastically changes. Then we can continue even more. For example, we doesn't need so much of triangles here. We can delete this one with Ctrl Backspace and we get quad here again, and we get quad like this. From here now we can apply edit poly here and check it. We get some triangles here, here and here, so we can delete them as well. And in the end we get this kind of grid. We can check it, so go to the polys. Here we can selection by numeric and select less than 4, and we get them on the bottom because we forget to do this. So we can repeat it or just go from the top view to the edges and delete all these gray edges because they really nice shows up here. I can delete them like this and get more nice and cleaner geometry. So from here I can again with edit poly, polygons, select numeric less, we have nothing. Higher than 4, check polygons and we have nothing. Alright, now we get this nice shape and we can continue with these legs. Here it's pretty simple. When we need to add supportive edges, just select all. But before I want to recreate this shape more carefully. It slightly moves, So I will delete all the symmetry and redo this again. So affect pivot only, maybe center to object, but we need to align it to the cylinder like that. And from here we can go with symmetry, right? You already saw this, but so here I just want to cut these both objects. To do so, I will firstly copy this, make the copy, Ctrl V, copy of the leg, because it will be disappeared, and select this like that. From here I can go to compound objects, pro boolean, start picking, and subtraction here. Now we need to make another one like this, so copy another for leg, isolation, alt key, compound objects, pro boolean, start picking this. Alright, now we get this in place. We can now merge these together. To do so, I firstly need to convert it to editable poly and delete this bottom polygon. And the same thing here. I need to add another edge. So here, convert to editable poly, connect like this. Don't forget to save your file. Alright, this edge need to be straight, so I can make it planar by Z. Move here with the snap, like this, and from here delete this polygon. Now we can attach these both together, like this. Now it's unweld, so we get something like this, and we need to weld this vertex. Select, we have 8, but we need only 4, so weld. Alright, now we get it. From here I can make connection like this and delete this part. So now we have pivot point in the middle. Apply symmetry by y-axis flip, another symmetry y-axis, press 1 and rotate it by 60 degree. Add another symmetry by y-axis, press 1 and move it another 120 degree, like this. And now we can convert it to editable poly, delete these unneeded parts, so we get only this. As you can see here on other reference, we get something like that. Nice. And here I can another time delete this part, bridge it like this, and with this symmetry modifier by y-axis flip, I get something like this. Now when I apply turbo smooth, we need to create supportive edges, and we have this kind of shape, this flow, so I will create a chamfer here, but before I will create another edges. So with the swift loop I will add here, maybe it will later I will add here, but for now I can create this one. Alright, so and we can add another supportive edges to make more even geometry. So now when I will chamfer this by 0 edge tension, lower values like this. Alright, now with the cut tool I can go like this. Another one I can just with the swift loop cut here and connect this vertex. From here I will move them up. Alright, and now we can deal with it the same way, just delete this and connect this one here. Maybe move by edge constraints it down like this, and we now get more of this shape. I need another one here. To smooth 2 iterations. We have something strange here. Let's check it out. And we need hard edge like this. Now we get closer to the shape that we needed, and from here we can add another one like this, supportive edge here, to make more even geometry like this. And now we doesn't need this line goes straight above all the shape, so we can select it all. From here deselect, press Ctrl backspace, and now connect these both together like this, and on the bottom. Alright, we get it here. Now with the turbo smooth we get this shape. I can go above the symmetry, add edit poly and then dissolve or delete these edges, so it will create a quad here, nice and even. We can check out by numeric values, greater nothing, less than for nothing, and we are done with this element. So here I will select all the edges, chamfer with the quad chamfer, 0 extension, lesser values like this, apply, and after that, when we apply Turbo Smooth, we get these strange shadows here. It's because of uneven geometry, so I need to add more edges here. Connect, maybe 3, pinch them like this, accept, and now we get more nice and even geometry. You get some supports here that you can create with another cylinder, make it from here, change the height, sides only 8, we can change the height to maybe 0.5 centimeters, rotate it 180 and move it like this, slightly down. Alright, now I can change the radius, something like this. From here I can apply edit poly, select top and bottom edge, chamfer, quad chamfer, less values, 0 extension, like this, then select those edges, control backspace, and from the top I don't need these edges, control backspace, create all quads. Now when we turbo smooth this, we get this result, nice and even, and from here I can copy this part here, snap it and move somewhere like this, cause we see them here when they stacken, they get this support. Alright, now we can group these all four objects like this, press insert to change the pivot point, align with this cylinder. Alright, again insert, and in some cases laggy for the rotation, so press insert again, rotate is a copy or is an instance, so we make the unwrap for one of them and then copy it again. So we get it like this. Now we can delete these drawings and we get this tool. In this video I want to show you how to create UVs for this model, how to unwrap it. So we need to unwrap the high poly model, so I will convert all to editable poly, and you can also save this model as a separate file to not to lose any of the results. So here it's pretty simple. Go UV mapping clear, then check unwrap, isolate this, select the borders that you wish to create the cut. For example, it can be like this. I don't want to cut this transition from the top to the side, so I can some details have there. So I cut only the bottom, convert edge selection to the seam, repeat this process again, double click to select the loops here and here, like that, convert edge selection to seam, and the last one, double clicking, and we are done. Press 3, select all, then quick peel, then go to the tools, relax, press amount 1, start relax, and you can relax them as long as you wish, and then stop relax, and we are done. Convert to editable poly. Now select this group, ungroup, start with this one, for example, UV mapping clear, unwrap, then select those edges, convert to seams here on the other side, top one, and on this side as well. Go with this like that, convert edge selection to seam, select all, quick peel, tools, relax, 1, start relax. When you get it, you can select them all and rotate so the images like this, maybe select all, press back, normalize, alright, and convert to editable poly. Select this, do the same, mapping clear, unwrap, select all the edges you need. So I will select only the back side to not create the seams in the front, like this, and on the bottom go with these guys. Alright, now we get it. convert, select all, quick pill, tools, relax, mount 1, start relax. When you get it, select this whole object, rotate, select all, pack normalize, close and convert to editable poly. Then the cylinder is the last one, UV clear, unwrap, select edges that you wish, select one of them here, convert to seams, select all, quick pill, and we are done. Convert to editable poly. Then this side that we unwrap, we can delete these unneeded parts, select these two legs, we need to attach them together like that, then rotate as a copy, attach them together like this, then go to the unwrap, open UV, select all, and then pack normalize, so they're all here. Alright, you can also check pack normalize for the top, and we are pretty much done. You can copy these supports to the other, and this is it. In this video I want to show you how to make scene for studio lighting of your models, and here we will start from importing your models like merge file, so we have clear understanding of the scale. Next I will create plane, something like this, bigger than your object, so we will have no seams in the background. Here I will decrease length and width segments, convert to editable poly, select this edge with the shift drag to the up to extrude, then select this edge, chamfer it by something like this, add segments to make it smoother and accept. Okay, now we have background. We can assign chrono light MTL on it like this. Next we need to load textures using collect asset, for example, open. So I will load up the textures from the model, and if I will add chrono camera, something like this, here I will set camera and target into the center by pressing right mouse button here on the x-axis. Here I will enable camera view, change to default shading, select the camera and raise it up, press Shift plus F to enable save frames. Here we can change output frame size, for example 2048 square format. Here I will move the camera closer to the objects, maybe something like this. After that I can find whatever perspective angle I like, for example something like this, and then I need more space at the bottom. To do so I can use Shift, Tilt and Shift settings, so here I will just make it something like this. Here I will freeze the background so it doesn't select, and here I can change to select only geometry, group these objects so it's more comfortable to select. Group this, this and this. Alright, now we can composite them. For example, something like this for the chair. Table can be somewhere in the background. Take some stools and place them as well. Maybe rotate some of them and place accordingly in the scene so you like it. When you do that, we can move on and make some lighting and render. So I will place something maybe like this, and maybe this will be a little bit interesting. Alright, now when you get the basic composition in the scene, we can move on and create some lights. Here I will slightly move camera back so I have more even space at the top and at the bottom of the scene, so I can slightly move camera down, something like this maybe. Now if we will start interactive render, we need to lock camera like this. Next, we doesn't want to emit light on the objects from this background light, and now we need to create lights for the scene. So I here will decrease the intensity like this, save your scene because it can crash us, and from here I will create chrono light, change to rectangle, or let's start with the sphere, create main light source, place it on the left side, for example, something like this, start interactive render, and as we can see here I will change to candles and make it not so bright, so we have clear color with the information. Next I can make a copy of it, decrease the intensity, something like this, so the shadow is not so dark. And we can create, for example, top light. So I will copy it, place it on the top of the objects. We can change it to rectangle, maybe a little bit larger, so it creates nice lights on the top, as you can see, with and without it. And we have our 3 basic lights. Now we can enable this light on the background, and as you can see we have now something like this. Then you can go to the render settings in the scene, change the noise into Corona high quality, noise level limit you can set 3%, save your scene and start render. With this simple scene it will render pretty fast. As you can see, it only takes maybe 5 passes, so it understands how much of the noise we have in the scene. And as you can see, 5 passes, and here we got 2% of the noise, denoising, and we get pretty clean result. Alright, you can save it as you wish. And next we need some wireframe, so we will add Corona MTL, add Corona wire, connect it to the diffuse color and set MTL override. Connect this material as an instance, unfreeze all to select background and add to the exclude list, so it doesn't have it overrided to the wireframe. And here start render again and you get your wires to your model. I advise you to look how other people composite their models. You can find similar examples which can be used in your cases, so you doesn't get too much of experiments and time to create something interesting. It's all about your personal taste and understanding of colors, of light, all that needs to make presentation of your models more interesting. If you have any question, please ask me, and see you in the next video. Bye.